Okay. Welcome on in, everyone. My name is Rayeo. I want to first of all, thank Fuso for allowing me to showcase this great, somewhat more unknown game of the. We all know Turtles as being one of the harder NES games, as well as all of their great beat 'em ups. But this is what I believe to be the only entry, which is actually a Metroidvania. So I'm excited to show it off. I say we just get right into it, and I'll talk about it as we go along. So let's start in 3, 2, 1, let's roll. Okay, Turtles 3 Radical Rescue. It takes place a year after the second Game Boy game. What's different about this game is that Shredder has kidnapped all the Turtles, Splinter as well as April, and you as Mikey need to traverse this brand new unknown found cavern, a hideout for Shredder, to now in which you need to traverse the lands in order to save all of the Turtles as well as Splinter, and then finish it up by beating Shredder and saving April and saving the day once again. First off, we're going to get a little extra pizza there. The reasoning for that is the fact that health you see is all I have for a life. If I were to die, it's a game over and I have to take a continue. And there are limited continues in this game. The good thing though is that there are some pickups that we can get along the way. But about the game itself is that with it being a Metroidvania style game, it's going to be a little different. How this game works is that each turtle has a special power. And as you've seen already, Mikey has the ability to somewhat hover with a slow descent with his nunchucks. And every turtle has the exact same type of power strength, so the same punch or kick is going to do the same amount of damage every time. The big difference is just the fact that they have special abilities with their weapons. And we're actually already at the first boss while talking about it. There are 4 total bosses in this game, and first off we have Scratch. Apparently, Shredder had to go to the bottom of the barrel of enemies for this time because we've just beaten every one of them. And so the good thing about a lot of these bosses is that they all have tells in their attacks. So when Scratch jumps twice backwards, he's going to just lunge to the other side of the wall. But Scratch is also considered one of the more unpredictable enemies because some of his attacks are a little harder to tell. But that's the big reason why we got that pizza. It's an automatic health refill, and we're already done with the first boss. And now, how the game is set up is that there are certain sections along the way. Each section has a boss which gives you a key, and that key will allow you to unlock the next turtle. So since we beat Scratch, we're going to go to the closest turtle near us, which will be Leo. And his big thing is that he has the ability to drill. Now, I'm going to hold up. I took a hit by accident there, so just take it a little easy. Don't want to take too much damage right off the bat. And to show you that it is I'm going to wait for a certain... To show you that it is a Metroidvania... That's the wrong selection. I'm going to show you the map. See? We've got a map, so we know it's a true Metroidvania. But we never really need the map. It's not too difficult to traverse the area. So we're just heading to lag room. For some reason, no matter how you do it, there's always going to be lag here. As we go. And also, I don't know if it was seen earlier, it was only on the screen for a little bit, that after every 10th foot soldier that you kill or beat, you get a pizza slice that refills 4 pieces of heart. Okay, so we're going to get to this key door. It's going to tell you to use a key because it has a key on the door, and just like that, we've saved Leo. Now, we're going to take a little detour back to where we're going, because now we need to... First, we're going to grab our first health upgrade, because that's going to be very helpful. First, we're going to switch to Leo. And these little different looking blocks are breakable. We'll get to the heart, and we have our first health upgrade. Each health upgrade will give you 2 additional HP. Yeah, there we go. We're going to grab that pizza just for safety because I took that hit. So we're just going to fall down here. Wait for him to drop so we can go. And then we're going to be doing... What I like is the climb. It's a climb that you're not supposed to be able to do due to height restrictions, but you get a very small window in your height to just reach above these. But you've got to be... Oh, there it is. It's not the toughest jump, but you just have to know where to stand and then when to move. So we're going to go along here, kill these 3, and then we're going to just drop on down. And also, in order to actually get to each new area, we've got to find a way to unlock certain keys. And along the way, hidden, very, very well hidden along the way, we have these little key cards. These key cards will allow us to access new areas. I don't like that I took that hit, so we are just going to play it safe. Good old marathon safety. We're going to grab a pizza just for safety's sake before we move on. We get that pizza right up there. Let's just go grab. Control it, please. There we go. Now, if I really wanted to play it safe, I could easily just... Oh, you know what? Let's grab that pizza slice because it's already there. So we got that super early. Okay, now we're going to be on to the second set. Second area. It's tough to know, like, really naming the areas because they all look the same. The game itself only really has 3 types of sections. An outdoor area, this factory-looking section, and, like, then a cave-type area. So you just really just have to know the route or use the map. Lead our way. We're just moving our way through the land, getting to the second of 2 bosses. No, I just don't want to take any unnecessary damage right now. Though it's actually not a big deal, because we're going to play it safe and get another pizza. Now, if you already have a pizza in your inventory and you grab a pizza, you see you get a free health refill. Which is very nice considering we are about 10 seconds away from the next boss. Which will be, I believe it's Dirtbag. Might be the easiest boss in the game. His tells are super easy. He has 4 moves. If he does that little pickaxe up in the air, he's going to dive up into the air, or jump up in the air and then dive back down. If he does 2 hops in the air, he'll do a punch attack. He does bounces backwards, he's just going to jump over. So we know he's going to punch. He's going to jump in the air. Now when he jumps in the air, you want to go towards the middle and then walk away. The safer way is to let him just punch towards you and then jump over him. Okay, we do not want to get any more of those... Best RNG is that he doesn't jump in the air, but there's nothing we can do about it. And like that, easy enough, Dirtbag is down. Okay, 2 bosses down. Now, since we got a key, what we need to do is we need to save the next turtle. We're going to take a damage boost right here. Foot soldiers cause 1 damage of health. That enemy there will do 2. So, law of numbers say we should go for the enemy that does the least amount of health. Okay, we can just keep on continuing through. Hop over our buddy here. Now, on our way to Ralph, we do want to take some intentional damage because we will be performing the first and only death whoop of the game. Okay, so I actually want to get hit by that. Get rid of our pizza. Okay, we got Raph. So Raph's big thing is that he has the ability to just turn into turtle form, which is helpful for really only 2 areas, but one that's very important. Okay, let's switch to him now. Also, one thing I forgot to mention is one of the bad things that makes this game a little harder. All turtles share the exact same health. So let's take that damage. There we go. And we died. Make sure to hit yes, and then now we're magically going to be warped to where the first key was. I'm sure some other runners will know why that happens. I don't know the exact reasoning. I think it's because I grabbed that second key, which is meant to be a checkpoint, shortly after I died, certainly before I died, and the game didn't recognize it. Hence why we pick it up just before we perish. So we're going to play it safe again, get that pizza. Good thing is all pizza spots will respawn once you leave a room. So if you ever do play this game and need like 2 full healths, grab a pizza, leave the room, come back, you'll have full health with extra life. Not extra life, but basically 2 life bars. Okay, now we are... Oh, I am struggling with this jump today. There we go. Oh well. As long as we make it through, that's all that matters. Okay, now we're back in this room with the 3 flying soldiers, but instead of falling, we are going to go up. Now, I'm going to make a detour a little early and go down here. Because I had to run this game a few days ago and had the misfortune of forgetting this hard. Now, it's not the biggest deal, but 2 extra health is definitely more helpful than not. So I'm not going to worry about taking extra damage from the spikes because we will be getting a health refill soon enough. Now, what makes this game different than actual 100%, which is a category here, is that the programmers... It's supposed to be that you're supposed to get a key and go to the next area with the next... where the next turtle is. The problem is that they decided to set it up in a way that Donatello and Splinter are in the same area, which means you need a key from Donnie's area in order to get Splinter. But instead, what we just do is open that door, and we're going to return to a key that we decided to ignore earlier. So where we first killed Scratch, we are going to return, and there's a key there that we are going to grab. So, just going to make our way back. Just kicking all of the foot soldiers falling down. And we're going to hope that we can at least kill enough foot soldiers to get a pizza at some point soon. Didn't want to accidentally lose a pizza drop there, so I waited just a little bit. Fall down. There we go. Now it seems weird that we're backtracking like this, but because of the death warp that we did earlier, it is actually faster to get this key later on than having to traverse normally. I need to be Leo. I need to be Leo. Now to get the key. Okay, now we switch back to Mikey. Good, we got the pizza at the exact right moment. That's usually where I want my pizza to come from, so that's good. Now, I did say that there were 4 bosses, but we actually aren't going to be seeing those 4 bosses. At least not yet. Because what makes 80% different than 100% is the fact, like I mentioned earlier, where Splinter and Donnie are basically in the same area. We can just use the key we got from them to... Okay, what's going on here? There we go. I must be moving a little early. So, with using the key to get into Donnie's area, we can use it to reach Splinter much earlier. Meaning that we're leaving Splinter and Donnie to basically just fend for themselves while tied up in a locked room. So, should feel bad, but... You know, I think April's a little more important. We can get them later. But 80% does pose one of the more dangerous parts of a speedrun. The game works on checkpoints and how far you are in the game. In terms of your last last killed enemy, or last saved turtle, I should say. So since we're not saving Donatello, if we get to the end of the game with the final boss and die, you get transported back to the boss for Donatello, effectively killing the run. If that were to come, I did create a small save in order to prevent that, so we can go back if things go south quickly. So we're actually already what I like to call the final stretch. It's just about 10 rooms after the last door in which we need to traverse, in which we get a lot more new enemies. We get these mutant foot soldiers, which they at least look mutant. They're a lot harder. They shoot missiles and they take 2 extra hits. I'm gonna play it safe and just hit him. Take the damage and then walk on through. So the reason why we had to go grab that key is to open this door here. That door you're not supposed to be able to open until you get to Splinter. But programmer, developer, oversight kind of missed that, which makes it nice for us. Okay, we're gonna be careful on these lasers. Lasers do 2 damage each. Nice, we made the jump. Excellent. Now, we're only a few rooms away to the end, folks, so it's a pretty quick game, considering it's a Metroidvania. So we just gotta take care of a couple of these little flying enemies. Okay, let's not take too much damage. Oh, let's get that. There, I haven't been hit. I got hit once, no big deal. Final 2 rooms with, the final 3 rooms, with the next room being the most dangerous. And when I get to the end of the next room, I will need to be quiet because I do need to pay attention to the sounds. A couple more enemies. Okay, that's fine. Let's take the intentional damage, so it just makes it easier to walk over. Ooh, that was close. Okay, I need to pay attention. Nice, we made it. Awesome. That is a very tight jump, so I need to be able to make sure I could hear the actual fire, because the fire is off screen. And here we go. We are on to the refights. I told you there were 4 bosses, but we're already at the end of the game. Don't worry, you'll see them. We have to fight all 4 bosses. Now, the bosses themselves are pretty much the same. They just have more health, so all of their tells are pretty much the same. So, again, we're going to refight Scratch. Oh, he tricked me. Just keep fighting him. He's going to run over to the other side. I need to be a little bit more careful here. Okay, we should be fine. The good thing, though, is that even though you have to beat five bosses in one go, after every single boss fight, you get a health refill. You don't get a pizza refill, but your health will refill. Now into boss 2, we're going to fight Dirtbag a second time. Let's see what he'll give me. And while I have time, I'm going to talk about the other 2 bosses because they are a little tougher. The next boss you're going to see is Triceraton, and he might be the toughest boss in the game. Yes, in my opinion, even harder than Shredder. Just because he'll do a lightning attack that has a hard tell on what he'll do after he shoots the lightning. Because he'll either charge or he'll jump, and you don't have a way to really tell. And then the last one is, I believe, a Scale Tail is its name. I forget off the top of my head. Again, I'm not too well versed on the lesser known villains from the Turtle universe. Okay, here we go, Triceratops. Again, like I said, hardest boss. I'm going to probably focus a little bit more here. Okay, I got lucky. I made a really good call there. So the good thing, though, is that... Ooh, I guessed right again. Let's go. 2 right guesses in a row. Okay, we'll just get the free hit. Okay, he gave me some good RNG, and I made some good guesses there. There we go. On to the final of the 4 refights. Scale Tail. Now, his big move is that he likes to whip his tail up in the air, and we're going to try to manipulate him to constantly do that. There we go. If he shoots his fire, we just want to go above his head, which will cause him to fire his tail whip. Whip. And every time he jumps, he's going to do... Okay, that was kind of hard to dodge, but no, whatever. That was into... Oh, this isn't good. Okay. Hoping the flame will go all the way to the other end. Okay. The biggest thing we do not want to do is touch the flames. Because flames will do 4 damage, so... Flame is one of the big no-nos. Okay, we should be okay. Just keep whacking, wait for the iframes to end, and he is done. Alrighty, and just like that, we are on to the final fight. It's time for Shredder. Okay, Shredder has 2 phases. His first phase will have 4 attacks. Again, like the 4 bosses, all have tails. What we're hoping for him to do is shoot his... either jump like that, or we want him to do his little ball pillar here. It'll be flamed, but you just jump over. Okay. And then he has his little disappearing trick. What we're going to try to do with that is we want to try to manipulate him to dodge, to jump kick to the right. Okay, and if he walks, we're just going to try to ignore him, because we definitely do not want him to come near us, because that little kick he does hurts. There we go. If he jumps to the right, he gives us just enough of an opening to hit him and then jump out of the way. Oh, I wasn't paying attention. That's my fault. Again, as long as you play him safe and just read his tells, react to the tells, you're pretty much okay. And just don't get near him. Sometimes he'll do that. Sometimes he likes to, instead of charge his jump like that, he just likes to jump immediately. And there we go. On to phase 2. It's pretty much the same fight, except now he has two extra moves. Time for Super Shredder. So if he jumps backwards like you just saw, he'll just jump in the air above you and then kick forward. Another pretty easy move to do. And then his second move, where he jumps in the air and does that, and then kicks down. So anytime he does that move, wait for the flame, and then fall under him. Okay, he's gonna jump over, kick. Okay, go under him, away from the fall. Go under him, kick, or punch, or hit with the nunchuck. One more attack. We're pretty much golden. And he's gone. And Shredder's dead. So, we're done. All we gotta do now is save April. Just first, the real final boss, these flames. Absolutely zero reason. Hey, look, it's April. And time will be, once we see those great famous words, Cowabunga. And there we go. The route you rescued is complete. Alrighty. First of all, I want to thank Fiesel for putting this on. I'm glad he does all he does. He does a lot of good, especially for people around the world, as well as us in the retro community, being able to showcase all of these games for all of you. I want to thank all of you for watching. I want to thank you for all the GGs, much appreciated. And I hope all of you continue to enjoy the rest of the event. And if you can, just please donate. So thank you once again. Rayo